Fran Lab.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So a couple weeks ago, I showed this, showing this weird knee here on the VFD video, where after 8 hours, it just it stops going viral and just sort of flattens off. And I had the same thing happen with the videos this week. This is the one I did about the atomic stuff, and you see right there that right there at exactly at 8 hours, that same hump. And I've noticed this on every video that has any kind of traction. Any video I put up that has an unusually popular response right out of the gate, at the 8 hour mark, it just goes to the regular viewers. So there's something I'm missing. I'm missing some kind of secret ingredient in the sauce, because something happens at 8 hours. It's like the algorithm is looking for many things. Now, all those videos that got very popular had good engagement. People were watching the videos for a longer time, lots of comments, almost 100% thumbs up on all those really popular videos. But regardless of those factors, at 8 hours, it just gets pulled off of the suggested videos feed. It's happening to my shorts, because my shorts, which 6 months ago, I started having success with the weekly short. And like the first 2 months, the weekly shorts were doing very, very, very well. All of them. And then the shorts, I'm making the exact same kind of quality of short every week, launching it at the same time, on the same day, every week. But the last couple months, the shorts have been suffering from that same 8 hour thing, where it is the number one short, that like that VFD short, that was the number one short video for the first 8 hours that I had launched, and then it just went flat and then just became a regular average short video after that point. So yeah, there's some missing component. I'm missing out on something. There's something just not right. So I thought to myself, maybe this is because I'm not paying for views. I did a video 2 years ago. They offered this new thing very quietly in the studio, where if you're a video creator, you have the option of promoting a video, paying YouTube to show your video to more people. I thought, is this what's happening? Is it because I'm not paying the payola? And I thought, okay, I'm willing to put some money into finding out the data. I'm willing to pay for a video to see if it really performs. I thought, well, what would it cost me, and what kind of views would I get for my money? I thought, well, this last video, this VFD video, it suffered from this 8 hour kill switch, but it was a good video, and I knew it had a good thumbnail and everything. I thought, well, this would be a good one, because after 1 or 2 days, and it had completely flatlined. So I thought, this is the video that I should use as an experiment. What would it cost for me to get the views of a really popular video? So my most popular short, the one that I launched before, this is the one that I had done back in February, 488,000 views, right? And you can see almost all those views were done in the first, week, like the first 7 days, and then it kind of just flattened off. But this is the video that, I would expect that all the other shorts that I make exactly like that video, they should get something like this. Maybe that would be the target. So it was 488,000 views. I earned almost $79 in revenue from that, and I gained 570 subscribers. So I thought, well, that's the benchmark. What would it cost me to get those kind of views on a video that is equally good? So I went down the rabbit hole, went to YouTube, and they had this tile here. It says, how much do you want to spend? So this is what they're saying. When you just open it up, I want to promote a video, it just starts out saying, oh, $200. So if I pay $200 beginning on the 20th, I did this, for $200 on that video, it would get me 30K. Okay, so I changed it out to $500. Okay, which would get me up to 61K for $500. Now my goal is 488,000. So $1,000 could get me upwards of 99K. Okay, that's like a fifth. So 3,000 would get me 230,000. That's like half of my goal. What would it cost me to get 488,000 views? Not even close at $5,000. No, you've got to go to $10,000, and they will guarantee that you'll get 500,000 views for $10,000 on a short. A short, which, as I showed, will get you $78.96 for that number of views. That is a profit of 9,920 some odd bucks and change. Profit. So you'll earn $79 if you have a video that gets 500,000 views, a short. But if you want to buy those views, it'll cost you $10,000 on a short. Oh my God. Is this what YouTube is saying to me? YouTube isn't giving me the circulation, because it's like when I showed people how to play blackjack in the 2.0. I mentioned that I played a lot of blackjack and that I was really good. I played perfect strategy, and I'd spent my time training myself on Atlantic City rules blackjack. And I played tens of thousands of hands of blackjack, and so I did a video where I showed how you could come to the table with $20, if it's a $20 table. Come to the table with one chip, $20, and walk away with, $100 or something. And people were saying, well, Fran, if you can do that, then why don't you do that for a living? Why don't you just become a professional blackjack player? And I had to explain to people, blackjack players is not how it works. If you go to a casino, you can't just sit at tables and win all the time. That doesn't work. That doesn't happen for very long, because if you go to a casino and you play blackjack and you win and you cash your chips, well, they might let you do that once, but if you come back again and you sit down at a table and you win and you cash in your chips, you get the tap on the shoulder and you go to the back room and they give you the choice. You can either walk away without any chips, or you can take your chips and you get the hammer. Yeah, so it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. You're not allowed to always win. And I wondered, is this what YouTube is doing? I had like 3 consecutive viral shorts in a row. I kept doing that format, the exact same length, exact same kind of topics. All of the other videos I made were just as interesting as the ones that went viral, maybe more so. But after those first 3, it's just, I got the 8-hour kill switch, and I thought, is this the casino thing? They'll let you win a few times, but if you keep winning, well, you got to pay the piper. So am I getting the hammer? It seems like I am. So, when I looked at what it would cost me to get promotion, I really did not expect those kinds of prices. $10,000, $10,000 for a short to get 500,000 views? I mean, that's ridiculous. That's like having to pay $2,000 for a loaf of white bread. I mean, that's literally how ridiculous that is. There are so many viral shorts. The idea that they want you to pay that kind of money. I'm really stunned. Was not expecting that. So, obviously, the experiment of trying to buy video, FranLab does not have those kind of resources. I mean, I had to do a GoFundMe for my healthcare. I'm not going to blow the whole GoFundMe on an experiment just to pay YouTube to promote a video. But here's the flip side of that coin. If you're somebody with a lot of money and no talent and a crappy channel, you can get the views, you can pay for them, you can have a Veritasium level channel if you just throw the money at YouTube. They will guarantee that to you, which is why there are so many Veritasium level channels. There are so many of these channels that are basically funded by like hedge funds or billionaire investors who have like a coffer of YouTube channels, and they pay that kind of money to get their channel to be viral and get millions of subscribers. You can buy that. You can pay for it right out of the box. You can pay for a channel that'll give you 3 million subscribers, and then you can fill it with whatever you want. It'll just cost you, $100,000, $250,000, whatever. And then you've got a 3 million viewer channel that you can load with commercials and merch promotions and sponsorships and whatever, and probably earn it all back. But that's the game now. If you're just a little channel making info videos, infotainment, edutainment, as it were, man, 5 to 6 figures you got to pay. I never would have imagined it was that much. And the sad thing is that an up-and-coming creator that maybe is working for a living, earning minimum wage, they get offered the deal from YouTube to pay $200 to get a measly 8,000 views on a short. Talking about just putting your money into a vacuum. Jeez. I was shocked. The level of payola. But that must be, there's got to be a reason. If that's not the reason, I wish someone would tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'd like to know.
In the lab. That's where I work. In the lab. Go berserk. In my lab. That's where I work. That's what you're watching. Friend lab. That's what I'm doing. Working at the bench again. I'm Fran.